topic, we're going to talk some NFL, man. So Matthew Stafford is the conversation going into this free agency that's coming up. So the Rams actually gave him permission to see what's out there in the market. So what I wanted to ask you guys is, should Matthew Stafford stay with the Rams with what's left on his contract or try to work out a deal? Or should Matthew Stafford test what's out there in the market? What's your thoughts?
All right, let's go back to a sport we all watch, actually. um, I think Matt Stafford should try to work out a deal with the Rams, and the Rams should do everything in their power to keep him. I'm hearing he wants 50 plus million a year. Okay. Well, how
Mm,
about a 2 year, $100 million deal and roll with that? Look, what I don't like about Stafford is he's been flirting with retirement for years now. Has always every offseason, oh well, this might be it, or something along those lines. And now he wants a bigger contract. Well, if I'm the Rams, I need commitment for you to shut up and not say any of that and actually commit to the team. And he does commit in terms of coming there and practicing and training camp and all that. But I don't want to hear anything about you might retire early if I'm going to pay you 50 mil a year. Obviously, I wouldn't pay him 50 mil, more than 50 mil a year or more than 2 years because um, he is 37 years old. But look, he was in the red zone, in the snow, in Philadelphia with a chance to win the game. If they won, they host the NFC title game. So this is the best situation for the Rams. I read a report somewhere. It said they're comfortable with Jimmy G going forward. Yeah, right. They're not comfortable with Jimmy G. And then I told you on the show last week, I think the rumors are ridiculous that they would be okay with replacing Stafford with Rodgers. Well, that doesn't make sense either. Rodgers is older. He doesn't know the system. He doesn't have chemistry with the players like Puka, like Kyron Williams. And you're going to bring an older Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't make sense either. So if I'm the Rams, I'm going to try my best to make this work. And if I'm Stafford, why would I want to move now? I've been in LA for 5 years. I know the team. We're a really good team. We're a playoff team. There's no reason for me to leave. Okay, you get more money from, let's say, a Vegas. Okay, sure, you've made enough money in your career. So what are you going to go let your career die out in Vegas? You're going to a bad team. It just doesn't make sense. So to me, the Rams should do everything in their power to keep them. 2 year deal, 100 million. There you go. Or and I think Stafford should realize that. And I think eventually we see him back with the Rams. I think that they give him a deal that he's okay with. I'm hearing if he doesn't end up a Ram, he's going to end up a New York Giant or a Vegas Raider. And I think that would be tragic for the end of his career.
hold up, man. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute, man. So, so wait a minute. I'm asking you, if you're an owner, would you pay Matthew Stafford 50 million a year? I'm just asking you, Vaughn.
Yes, for 2 years max.
All right, cool, cool. Because you do have him as a top five quarterback, so I was about to catch you right now. But anyways, I didn't. But as far as Matthew Stafford goes, man, I think that the Rams are idiots. I think you're looking at certain quarterbacks that's getting. I think Matthew Stafford is looking at certain quarterbacks that's getting more money than him right now. And I think he was like, "Hey, I'm definitely better than freaking Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott. I'm definitely better than all those guys, and they're getting either close to what I'm making or as much as or way more than I'm making, and I'm way better than them, and already delivered a Super Bowl ring for my team already. And Matthew Stafford was the engine of that that LA Rams team, man. You can't give credit to that defense as much as you want, but they did trade to get Matthew Stafford, and look how this LA Rams team has turned out. So I think he definitely deserves it. I think the Rams should give him, the amount that he wants. I'm not saying a long-term extension. I'm not saying giving him 6 years or over 400 million. I'm not saying that. I think maybe somewhere around like you know maybe 100 million, 150 million, have some guarantee money behind it. I think that's something that'll do justice because Matthew Stafford is a top quarterback, not just in the NFC, but a top quarterback in the National Football League, and he definitely deserves this money and the amount of work that he has put in for this LA Rams team. So I think Matthew Stafford definitely deserved what he's getting, and the Rams better be careful because that market, because the Rams believe that there's no market for Matthew Stafford. There is a market for Matthew Stafford. I'm pretty sure the Raiders are interested in him. I'm pretty sure the New York Giants are interested in him. If I was a New Orleans Saints, I would definitely be interested in him. Um,
We good.
That's right. That's right, X. I know you would like Matthew Stafford over Derek Carr because you're telling to get rid of Derek Carr. What you mean, man? But but yeah, I think there is a market for him. I think the Rams are they're trying to say is, hey, there's no market for you. Go ahead and go check and come back to us so you could get the deal that what's on the table. I think from what I know, he has like at least over 55 million or around those numbers left in the 2 years of his contract that when he signed with the Rams. So I think he should work it out. And if he doesn't, man, if the Rams don't work it out, I blame this on the Rams. I don't blame it on Matthew Stafford because he did bump into Tom Brady. I think at like a ski resort or something like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders, Giants, or even the Steelers try to land Matthew Stafford, man, because there is a market for Matthew Stafford. There's actually more of a market for Matthew Stafford right now than Aaron Rodgers, because right now it's pretty quiet for Mr. Rodgers right now. So I think there is a market out there. But yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, let me clear this up for y'all. Matthew Stafford, he wants about 50 million, right? I'm not paying Matthew Stafford $50 million.
Wow.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. And I was like, why? Why does he want that much? Well, I mean, he views himself as a top quarterback. I think he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, most definitely. But to the Rams, is he worth $50 million is the question. I think he is to the Rams. I don't think they can get anybody in there that can run that team as efficiently as him for less money than that. So, do you pay him if you're the Rams? Yes. Is he going to get $50 million from a contending team out there? No. I do that just out of the fact that he did give me a Super Bowl. If I'm the Rams GM, if I'm the Rams organization, okay, we're gonna give you a 2-year, $50 million a year contract and go ahead and get you up out of here. Here's the problem. He's already counting against their cap $49 million next year. His 2025 cap hit is $49,666,000 some odd dollars. So that's $50 million already. Now his salary itself is only going to be he's only going to actually make about $27 million. And isn't that crazy to say that he's only going to make about $27 million? I think he wants to take home $50 million. I don't see it happening for you, buddy.
Why? But why can't he? Why can't he get 50 million when quarterbacks like freaking Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and Tua are making 50 million, and he's better than all those quarterbacks that I just named.
A lot of them in their 20s, bro. Like you have to
I'm about to say
understand,
they all like
you have
18
to
years old,
understand,
bro.
like
So
where they're at in their
taking any?
career
Are
right
you
now.
taking any of those quarterbacks over Matthew Stafford?
All those deals they're on are 5 to 6
I
year
don't
I'm
think
gonna answer.
so.
I'm gonna answer. Hold on. C's talking. Go see.
Those are
What's
5
up,
to
man?
6 year deals because they're invested in their future. That's what the market dictates for quarterbacks their age with their talent. For his age with his talent, 50 million ain't there
Then,
for
then why your boy why your boy Derek Carr got the money he got then? Because he ain't young like that.
him. It was his turn. He was the best
Oh,
free agent. He was the best free agent quarterback out that time. The
okay.
only other option was Aaron Rodgers at the time, and he was going to the Jets. That's all it was. He wasn't a free agent. He had to be traded, and that's all it was to it. So we needed a quarterback, and we paid him. He didn't get 50 million a year. He got 40, which is which is what around what Stafford is that right now. I think that I meet him at 40. I say your take home can be 40. If your take home right now is at 27 million, I'll bump that up to 40. I'm not bumping it up to 50. You need to meet me halfway across the sky. You already know that we what we got here. We built this thing. We didn't even build it around you. You were a plug and play. We built this around golf, and you were a better option in golf at the time. So we put you in, and you went right out there and won. So just for that, yeah, we'll give you 40. We're not giving you 50. Not giving you 50 a year. You're probably good for another 2 years. But after that, I'm not giving you a contract longer than 2 years, and I'm not paying you $100 million for 2 years, Matthew Stafford. I'll give you $80 million for 2 years. I'll give
Hold
him
on.
80 million.
Speaking of golf, he's getting 50 million a year.
He's younger. He's
Oh
younger
my
and on a
God,
longer contract.
really?
He is. Who had a better year last year, golf or Stafford?
Statistically?
Yeah.
Statistically, golf.
Yeah, statistically.
Golf had a better year statistically, right? He
Yeah.
earned his money.
I'll
So
say,
who?
okay, so
Go
let
ahead.
me
Go ahead,
let me jump
X.
in there. Okay, so first and foremost, to answer your question, Keo, Stafford to me is better than those guys, but there's a button there because if you're asking me if I got a team like that's ready to win now, I'll take Stafford. But if I don't have a team that's ready to win right now, or I'm not 100% sure that they're ready to win, I'm taking Justin Herbert over him. If I feel like I can grow on it because he's younger. And that's why everything plays a factor. So, okay, the Rams. Let me just point this out. They got Sean McVay. Sean McVay, I think, has a little bit of an ego. I'm just being honest with y'all. So I kind of wrote things down while y'all were talking. This is not pre-show. This is literally while y'all was talking. They're getting rid of Cooper Kupp this year. We know he's not going back to the Rams. They got rid of Jared Goff. They look like they want to get rid of Matthew Stafford. Now, I know they didn't have him for long, but they had Baker Mayfield, who could have been maybe the predecessor to Matthew Stafford, but they didn't sign him neither. They let him go. They traded Jalen Ramsey. They let Todd Gurley leave. They let Cam Akers leave. These guys, I think McVay in this front office, McVay is one of those guys, and he rubs me this way. I like McVay, but it's almost like the guy that just thinks that it's more me than it is you. And that's not no knock to McVay because he's supposed to feel that way about himself. I think that he feels that, yes, I can coach up Jimmy G. Yes, I can coach up in his mind. Now, whether we agree with it or not, that's it. That's how I think Sean McVay views himself. So I think that Stafford has played his last down in LA. I do. I just think there's too much smoke there. They keep talking about Stafford leaving, and I just think that they're gonna let him go. And I don't blame Stafford. Go get your money, man. You won. You won. Go get as much. If the Raiders don't want to pay you $50 million, $55 million, go there. Because
But do you think the Rams should?
no, I agree with you, but I think it's more of a McVay thing. I think McVay is like, I don't think we should give him that
And
much money for the next 2 years because I don't think that we're there right now to win a Super Bowl. I think we want to build. We have a young defense. Puka Nacua is real young. I think that we're trying to build this team, and I think that's what McVay is thinking long term. Even though you're right, Yvonne, 100% you're right. They were right there on the cusp of going to the Super Bowl, or having a shot at going to the Super Bowl. But do you really think that they're gonna be even closer next year? I don't. Losing Cooper Cup, the defense should be better. I know they're young; they should be better. But I think McVay is thinking long term. I think McVay is thinking, okay, let's try to get a guy in there that I can, mold into what the future is. Maybe we don't have the best year this year, but maybe hopefully next year we can do something with it. Maybe he feels different. Maybe he feels like I can coach anybody and we're gonna be good next year.
But I'm asking you, like, if you're the Rams GM, I forgot his name. It won't come to me for a second.
Right.
Would you pay Stafford? I said I would pay him 2 years, $100 million.
Well, this is my thing. You know how you always, most of the time we agree when it comes to paying the certain people. But here's my thing. I'm riding with McVay. I'm choosing McVay over Stafford. If McVay tells me he don't want Stafford, you're going. Because I'd rather McVay than Stafford. I just think McVay, what he did with the Rams last year, was special because that was a young defense. Nobody really believed in that defense. They drafted Puka Nacua late the year before, and he turned out to be a stud. I trust McVay. So if he tells me we don't want Stafford, we love you. We appreciate everything you did for us, but you got to go, my boy, because I'm choosing McVay over you. If it's not up to McVay, I would actually re-sign him. I'm with you just because I like Stafford. I've always been a Stafford guy, even though he went to Georgia and I'm an LSU guy. I just think Stafford, his arm talent is second to none in the NFL. But I think that this is a marriage that has to come to an end for both sides. I think Stafford should go get his money. I think the Rams, they need to invest in what McVay wants because McVay has won him a Super Bowl with Stafford, maybe, but he's won a Super Bowl nonetheless. And I think the Raiders is going to be the team that he ends up on. I think the Raiders are going to give him a boatload of money. I know the Giants, as they're saying, the Giants may give him the money. I think it's going to be the Raiders. I think he'll go right there to Vegas, and he'll be the Raiders quarterback for Pete Carroll.
Well, I look at it like this: if I'm the Rams, and this is just how I am as a man, I'm not keeping them. I would never be. I'm not into keeping no woman that don't want to be kept. If she don't want to be here, go. Okay, go find somebody.
I think the Rams don't want him either. I think they don't want to pay that money.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so if you telling him already that I don't think I'm gonna pay you that money. I like you, but I want you to. I can't give you what you want. And he's like, well, I think I can find it otherwise. Okay, well, go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're like, go. If you can't find it, they different than me though, because I think if they like, if you can't find it, you can always come back home. No, sir. You go out there and sow your royal oats, you gone. You might. I hope you find somebody.
But I think they're like you. I think Stafford played his last time. I do not think he's going to be in the Rams. I think the Rams are moving on from him, and they're going to find a way to move on. He's not going to be with the Rams next year, just because there's too much smoke. If there was a little smoke here and there, what if Stafford gets traded? It's like every day you see on TV, on the internet, Stafford. It could be a Giant. Stafford could be a Raider. Stafford could be. Possibly this team. No, man. There's too much smoke.
That's us. That's the media. That's not him. You know what I'm saying? I would think
where there's smoke, there's fire, though.
All right, man. All right,
most of the time.
All right, guys.
I hear the Rams are gonna go let him talk to the Giants, Raiders, see what they offer. Basically, let him test out his market, what they're willing to offer, and then the Rams will decide off that.